Welcome back to the Rip Curl WSL Finals, live from Lower Trestles here in San Clemente, California. The energy levels, the excitement, you can feel it rising with each and every match. And straight off the buzzer, this beach was going off because California's Connor Coffin has entered the chat in a big way. This is escalating quickly. Chris Cote here with Rosie Hodge, joined by yet another world champion, Mick Fanning. Mick, you came in this booth screaming. Your guy, Connor Coffin's going off.
How good was that wave? He just absolutely murdered this thing. Pure rail surfing. It was so cool to watch. This turn, then into this next turn. This turn's the money turn for the wave. Look at that. Oh, that's what we want to see on finals day, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the finish. And I mean, coming in, Connor Coffin, he's coming in as an underdog. He's already had to surf one match today. He's feeling that energy, Mick. Right now he's got his family on the beach. What's it like? Your feet in the sand, finals day, and you putting on a performance like this?
Well, yeah, look, he's come on. He knew it was going to be a big day.
Kaipo Guerrero standing by in the WSL fan shop, but he's going to have to wait because we've got a wave about to be ripped. This is your opening ride for Felipe Toledo. Solid start there.
Oh.
Another big carve. Huge finish for Toledo. I take everything I said back. Nobody's worried about Felipe Toledo anymore. That was a massive start. That sharp-eyed dark arts quad coming through in a clutch. Way to start.
Got to as we see him here, he's
live action. Felipe Toledo now answering back, only needing a 4.61, which for Felipe Toledo, I mean, he'll get that number in his sleep. But the X factor here, this wave looking real frothy, kind of strange, but that's no problem for Felipe Toledo. And now the crowd goes wild. The first air of the Rip Curl WSL Finals, and people are loving it, especially Felipe's father right there. That was the biggest cheer we've heard of the morning, Rosie.
I think that's the advantage that Felipe has, because when you look at the wave that he was on, it's a frothy kind of burger, and the way that he's able to turn something into nothing is definitely a strength for Felipe.
Let's see how this wave lines up. The big set, if I turn around and look back, it's really walled, but I think it's gonna hold its peel angle pretty good. And a good start. And look at this section here.
Yeah.
This is kind of these are those money waves. It's a set that was steep, and it's holding on the bank, and we'll see what she does when it comes to the closeout. And this is the hard part to hold on, and good for her.
And the crowd goes wild. I'm loving that the crowd gets behind every surfer that rides a great wave. This is a knowledgeable surf fan base down here at Lower Trestles. They're cheering at all the right moments. That was a wave that definitely warranted big cheers from the crowd. One of the biggest waves we've seen ridden of the day.
You get exposed that you weren't completely committed. Look at this. What a good wave for Felipe so far. It's a better pace to start this wave out. We'll see if it's got the end section for him. And here he goes, running through this inside. And here comes the money part of this wave. Oh, big drift. Does he stick it? He does.
What an incredible ride for Toledo. A lot of different types of turn done with so much speed. One of the most spontaneous surfers in the world, looking really comfortable.
Relax. Look at him.
And this was a wave first ridden on logs. And since then, it went through every iteration, single fin, twin fin, to now where you're basically going to ride your most high-performance board, as we see Carissa Moore absolutely flying down the line. Quick snap there. This wave racing through this cobblestone inside section, growing down the line as it goes. Carissa setting things up nicely for a potential big finish. Big snap there, slides the fins, regains control. Straight back into it. Carissa Moore with a solid finish, showing her consistency and her ability to adapt and react. She started with a 3, increased with a 5.73. Now you see she's starting to apply the pressure. That's going to most likely improve on that 5.73.
He can start making Philippe think. He looks like he might have a little. Oh no, Philippe's going left.
All right, Felipe is backhand. Quick snap there. Almost loses it, but edges on. So much drive and fire through these backside turns. Strong fin, but look out. Gabriel Medina's on the wave behind. Felipe's going to get a front row seat to the Medina show. He's got speed, got the section, gets the ramp.
Are you kidding me?
What?
No problem.
It's going
That was
Wow.
flaps.
just
Insane.
insane. Thought.
And we'll see if she can get it going here straight away.
Looks like we'll get things started. Carissa Moore, a 4-time world champ, on a beautiful lowers wall.
She's picked a perfect wave. It's a bigger wave. A lot of these bigger waves today are moving off of this, what we'd call the reef or the cobblestones. It gets a little bit deep, so the wave flattens out. As waves hit shallower water, they stand up more, and you can see this one moving to the inside, hitting the shallow water, and a good finish there. A little early on the section. I think she just wanted to kind of nail something right away and get herself in a commanding lead in the first couple minutes. So now she's got 33 and a half minutes to work on, getting her second score and then applying the pressure and getting a bunch of waves. And,
It
great to
certainly
see.
was. I caught up with Tati earlier this year about that moment. It was certainly incredible to see how hard she was charging. 90 seconds on the clock. Carissa Moore.
Oh, she could shut the door right here if she just strings this whole wave together, and a big finish. Boom.
And it was like someone he did so much work to get that ankle back. He was just thick, and his legs and ankles were just like, full on light posts.
Here he goes.
Wow.
Here he goes. I've been saying this all day. When's he going to just sit on these laps underneath priority, get his wave count up, and bang? I'm surprised he didn't do it earlier, but you saw the first 9 that he had earlier. It was just devastating. And there's 2 air reverses. How do you score that? It's not the length of the right. It wasn't a big set, but it's surfed to perfection, really.
She's got that confidence. Rissy's hard to beat when she's got confidence. Oh my.
Front side cork complete from Gabriel Medina. Also can call it the Flintstone flip as he snaps it and shuts it down. We saw it in the lay days, and he brings it to competition just for the second time in surfing history. Now to answer is Felipe Toledo. Big hack. What a fan of water. Lightning fast off the bottom into a wrapping cutback. He looks inspired. Drives into the final section, throw tail reverse, and he gets stuck.
Man, I mean,
it feels like Philippe's turned the notch up just a little bit
too much.
Maybe too much.
Yeah.
He sort of, some of those times, like how many times has he nailed that air reverse on that inside? Yeah, look, as I said, it was a good settler for Carissa. She's in the lead now. That's where she likes to be. On this wave, I think we're going to see her. I don't want to curse her or anything, but I think you'll see her let it go just that little bit more.
Chris is starting with a nice setup snap. That wall really stretched out on her.
See that edge right there, and it's steepening up, and it's a much better wave than the one she had prior. Yeah, she maybe didn't let loose on that last turn as much as she could have, but she got 2 solid scores in the count now, and the heat is now in her hands, so she's going to be sort of dominating that energy of the heat. She can be a little more patient.
Right after this, well, we're not going to break yet.
No way. Why would you? Look at this wave.
This wave, this perfect, is rolling.
It could be a really good one. It's got a nice wall. It's a big one. See how bumpy it is? A little bit bumpy, a little bit even awake in that one. She almost lost the rail there, but it's steepening up in here, and it's got a nice taper to it. Nice speed. She can get real vertical right here.
Wow.
Boom, throws the tail out, and she can get herself back in this heat, completing this ride. That was really nice.
She's right back in there now.
Right back in there.
It's game on for the next 20 minutes.
So huge and important for the timing of Tatiana Weston-Webb. That backhand won her U.S. titles here at Lowers when she was a Grom.
It'll be super interesting to see if she scoots on that side of the peak.
Now making a move. Priority is with the 4-time reigning world champion, Carissa Moore. Setup work to start, just feeling her way down this ride. Plenty of room to move here. There's that big frontside swoop.
Oh, it's just so clean. Her flow for these waves, like the power, then the release when she wants it. You saw it right there, and you see she knows she's just on such a good wave. She's going to get all the way to the end of this thing and hammer it at the end too. But such clean surfing out of Carissa, and we've become accustomed to it, but it almost disguises her power at times because she is so powerful. You know, sometimes she lays in that rail, and when she really pushes, it's just such perfect surfing.
Italo looking to really ramp up. He's got that look to him. Spring loaded, tail high, full rotation punt, and it is complete. And that's as pretty as it gets for the landing.
Yeah, that was clean.
Looking left here, Tatiana Weston-Webb takes her time off the bottom. Big carve straight onto the rail, bringing it all the way around. Big snap right behind that. Weston-Webb with the momentum down the line. Another gouge there. Catches a little bit of a rail, recovers from it, no problem, and continues her assault down the line. Finishing maneuver, and a lot of momentum going to Tatiana Weston-Webb right now.
Solid surfing from Tati. Nice to see, you know, that fresh perspective on the left, on her forehand. That first rail turn was so beautiful. She dug a lot of power in.
That they do, and we do that at every single stop. Live action here with Stephanie Gilmore, who checked in with a 7-point ride when we went to break, and Gilmore getting busy. Now she's cut the need to a 7.88 against Tatiana Weston-Webb, and she may have just turned the corner, Rosie.
Here we go, Cops. Now it starts to, the action really starts to heat up. I love.
Joanne Defay is just such a tough customer if you lose focus. If you take your eye off the ball, she'll make you pay for it. Gilmore looking to back up that 6.33 now. 28 minutes remaining. Whips into that first turn. Just had amazing long rail carves throughout her run so far, and again she leans into that maneuver to rack up a second score. This is on its way to being a sensational number, and really paying attention to finishing off this wave well. Great variety so far as she drifts that tail and does hang on for the finish, gets the completion.
Unbelievable. I mean, now momentum is definitely with Steph, and we talked about having that low seed, the 4 or 5 seed, building momentum through the heats, and it really feels like to me that's exactly what Steph is doing. She's building momentum. This is a way better start than she's had in her first 2 matches. She's going to get her best number maybe of the day.
Doing a lot of different cross training in the lead up to these kind of events, as we see Gilmore now looking to get rid of a 6.33. Dynamite first turn, draws up into the pocket again, really starting to place these turns and commit to these maneuvers. Earlier on when the nerves were there, Steph wasn't getting through those turns. Now she's really busting those fins free.
Yeah, building momentum. You know, we touched on it and we're talking about it. We're watching it happen right now in real time. Steph Gilmore on point. Steph would get all the way there because she actually recognized that she's never had to battle for a world title against Steph and wanted to have that moment. And you know what? Her wish is to hear for the offer as well. It's awesome.
Well, Jack Robinson goes to one of those big, clean, stylish carves to get things started. This is a bit more like it from the current world number 2 as he looks to save himself and maybe hang on for a title shot. He's going to have to move quickly here as he finishes this one start to finish.
Wow.
Glitch free as Italo absolutely punishes the opening section of this ride and hammers the bowl again up into it. A third hit, and he must have heard the crowd cheering Jack on through his ride because he has answered in kind.
That was a great exchange, best exchange of the heat.
The impossible coming from title match number 1, and then the total contrast where Felipe Toledo hasn't surfed yet since he's wearing the Hydro Flask Leaders jersey. Finally getting a start here. The Australian Steph Gilmore, big forehand hook. Drills it again, perfect. Carving work for Steph Gilmore. Jams it off the lip. Will she finish? She'll get knocked out on the final turn. But boy, those first 2 cars were so sweet to watch.
What about the hustle for that wave too? Both those women wanted that one. Steph obviously on that inside position a little further out. She had to dig hard.
Basically like family, taking some sweet time right now just to put the right words in her head, so she's going to be incredibly confident in this next heat. We've got waves on the way. Italo Ferreira rolls in, now checking out the lowers right. Cool little backhand wrap. Nice little power hack for Italo. Back to the lip again. Driving into the section, blows half the board out the back, controls it. Taps the white water as Felipe is loading up. Italo will finish. No turns for Toledo as he's out.
I feel like this heat's been, I know this heat's been pretty sleepy, and I feel like both of them have not found their footing yet. And, you know, somebody needs to take that position. We'll see if Steph can do it right here.
Rolling in now, Steph Gilmore. Looking to better a 3-1-7 as she'll swing off the top. Tight jam there. Wasn't expecting that type of move. Wraps it again. Plenty of wall to work with. She'll jam it off the lip. Nice transition into the forehand hook. Lays into that with some style. 317's gone. Jams it, stays on her feet, showing no signs of fatigue, Mick.
And Italo put himself too deep and in a weird spot. And now we got...
Now we'll get a split
both of them
peak.
going.
So Italo going left. He's loading up. Tail high reverse. He gets that without a problem. Can he combo it up? Front side wrap. Still a bit of wave left on the lowers left. Nice searing carve. Italo wants another big punt. Stomps the reverse again on the finish. Great read, letting out a bit more emotion. His celebrations earlier was kind of quieting people down, but now he's trying to get the energy behind him.
He had a full body claim, so I think he's happy with it. Let's see what happened.
This was the split, Mick. What'd you see here?
I'll let you commentate it, mate.
The carve down to start and then went right back to the lip. How'd you like that one, Mick?
Yeah, mate. He's been on point all day. He's just going through. Like, even though there's foam on this space, he's just flying through it. That was a nice stomp to finish in, and that's